So finally got that all wrapped up. So see how this goes now.
Right. So how was that like? How was that whole process?
It's good. I mean, like it's never easy leaving someone you work with, obviously, but like this guy was really just like you probably heard I left TFC now, right? And
Uh, no, I honestly I didn't really know about it. I just seen about it on Instagram. That's it.
yeah. So I left TFC. Like they wanted to re-sign me to the second team again. I was like, it's time to move on.
Right.
Been there for like 4 or 5 years, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking my agent has something set up for me already. Like okay, he's recommending me to leave, so he obviously has something set up. So January comes, I don't have anything. February comes, I don't have anything. March, I don't have anything. And then I'm just like, yo, like, what the fuck's going on? Like I have a pretty good resume where it should not be hard for you to just get me a contract somewhere.
Right.
So luckily that like I'm saying luckily this quarantine stuff happened. So now I had time to switch agents. Whereas if this
Right.
didn't happen, I would have to be stuck with the same guy, hoping he gets me something. So now I got someone good who's kind of working on some things for me, and it's looking positive. So let's see how
Awesome.
it goes
Awesome.
right after this stuff ends. Should have something.
Awesome. And I mean, from right now through this conversation that we're having right now, you seem pretty intelligent, and from what I see on Instagram, you're making moves. Um, exactly what you were saying about your agent telling you to move on, but not having a plan. Like, what's that all about? Did you have a conversation with him about that?
So I went with this agent in like around like August, and I told him I was like, okay, my contract's coming to an end with TFC. I want you to understand that I want something set up in January. If I'm not staying with them, I want something set up in January because I don't want to be one of those players that was doing really well and just doesn't have something for a whole year, and just everyone's like, "Where's this guy playing now?" And he's playing nowhere. So I was like, if I'm leaving TFC, I want you to have something set up.
Right. Right.
And he's
Right.
like, "I got you, I got you, I got you." I was like, "All right, bro. So we'll see." So till January 10th, 15th, I was planning on re-signing with TFC because there was a pretty good deal on the table.
Yeah.
But then they kind of went back on it. They're like, "Okay, we don't really want to do that right now because everything's changing and all this." And I was like, "You know what? Fuck it. Like, you can't just keep dragging me along, promising me things, right?" So I was
Right.
like, "It's time to go somewhere else." Like Mark Anthony did, Raheem. You never know what opens up if you leave, right? So I decided to leave, and thinking that this guy understood what I told him in August, thinking that he has something, but he didn't, and I was frustrated. But I kind of wanted to put my faith in him, give him another couple months, whatever. I gave him till like literally like 2 weeks ago, so till April I gave him,
Right.
and he still didn't have anything. It's always a new excuse with him. So I was like, you know what? I got to go somewhere else. Someone who understands the game, someone who's dealt with players with my resume
Yeah.
from TFC, like Aiden Daniels. He has Aiden Daniels, and Aiden's doing really well right now for himself. So I was like, I need to go someone who understands what my resume brings and what I should be getting. Not someone who thinks he knows everything but is not getting me anything. So I kind of got frustrated, so I had to leave him. But he was a good guy off the field and everything, right? But I just feel like he just wasn't true to me or himself on what he can get me. So
Nice.
it's a hard decision, but it had to be done, right? So
Yeah. For sure,
yeah,
definitely have to elevate. And fuck what I said about pretty intelligent, bro, Sean. And you're very intelligent through this conversation right now. And you know your value. You're not just doing it because like, oh, I gotta get this contract. You're actually like, no, fuck that. I know my value. I know what I want. Let's move
yeah,
on. So
yeah.
through this conversation right now, you know, explain to us. Wait. First of all, can we tell the people your first, last name, your age, and where you're from first?
So my name is Shaan Hundal from Brampton, Ontario. What else you asked?
Name, age,
Oh, age 20 years old.
20 years old, and are you playing anywhere right now?
Right now, no. Right now, I'm not signed anywhere, but
But you're
should
still
be
you're
soon.
still training and keeping fit right
Oh
now,
yeah,
for
yeah,
sure in this core team. And you said you're from Brampton. A lot of talent comes out of Brampton. So talk a little
yeah.
bit about your background. Growing up in Brampton, like how was it?
It was good, man. It was just typical, brown kid growing up in Brampton. Is just like obviously it's everyone from Brampton understands how you grew up in Brampton, but just I started off playing for Caledon actually, and then I met Adonijah over there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Adonijah.
His dad brought me up with him.
Yeah, shout out
Went to
Linford,
yeah,
Coach
Lickford.
Linford for
I
sure.
went to A&B with him. Then I left and decided to go a separate way with the Brampton Youth, and that's where everything kind of started coming together. Like I used to play defense. I played center back before that,
Wow.
and then I went to Brampton Youth. playing striker over there, and then kind of everything just went off from there.
Yeah,
I can't. And then
I can't even imagine you playing center back because I remember like the last time that we played, and when I've seen you play before, like you as a striker, you're fucking lethal, bro, and fucking fast, you're nice with the ball. But like, did you? Because from what I know of you, is like you've always been a pro, but like, did you for yourself in your life experience, did you always know that you were gonna become a professional soccer player, right? Because you're a professional footballer.
Yo, you just cut off, bro. I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, I was just saying basically from my experiences, my life experience of knowing you, that I've always known you as a professional, but I'm asking you in your lifetime when you weren't a professional footballer, did you know that you were gonna be a pro? Like, was that always the goal and plan? Sorry to cut you off, but was that always the goal and plan?
I mean, I'm like obviously my background's Indian, right? You don't really see a lot of Indian like professional athletes in anywhere except for cricket or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
That was never really my thinking. Like, okay, when I was like growing up playing like 7, 8, 9, 10, I was like, oh, I want to be a professional soccer player. I was just like, I'm good at it, so I'm gonna keep playing. I have fun, I'm playing. Until I got to TFC, even at TFC, bro, like I was at 12, 13, 14, I was at TFC, I was just like, I'm just playing, it's fun. Wow, I'm at TFC, great,
Yeah.
Like I don't know where exactly like I was gonna. Like, it never came to my mind that, like, I can get a contract with TFC. It was just like, oh, wow, I'm at TFC. Everything's free. Like, I'm getting free shoes. Cool. And then when I came back from the GA Cup and they actually pulled me into the office, Tim Bezbachenko and Kareem Rae and stuff, they're just like, we want to offer you a contract and all that. Then I was like, wow, like, I could do something with this. But I think wanting to go pro was in grade 6, 7, 8, around there. I used to wake up before school started, train 6 a.m., like, every day. And like that's the thing with a lot of players. I feel like consistency is key, especially in this quarantine stuff too right now. Like a lot of people don't understand that like you gotta keep like training's training, right? People think, okay, I'm gonna go for a jog now, I'm fit, right? No, like you gotta be consistently training, have a plan Monday to Friday at least, right? And you have to understand that you have to have a day or two off as well. You can't just keep killing yourself and then not having a day or two off, and then you're not going to be good for the Monday starting,
Exactly.
Like, I feel like consistency is very, very key. Like, there's going to be days that you're training. I'm training every day by myself, and I'm not. And there's days where I'm like, yo, I don't want to do this right now by myself, Like, it's better when you have one or two guys with you or a team with you, but when you're doing it by yourself, it's hard. So you got to be consistent. That's why in grade 6 to 8, like, when I used to wake up on my own, that's kind of when I thought, like, okay, I want to go pro.
Yeah.
And it was 6 a.m. before the bus came. I used to train on my own, and it's just having the will to say, yeah, I'm going to do it, Like anyone can work out, not even soccer. Anyone can go work out and stuff. You just gotta say yes. I'm gonna work out. Get to the machine or to the weights, and you're not gonna say no. Then you're not gonna be like, no, I don't want to do it now.
Exactly.
You just gotta make the decision. It's all decisions. Once you make that decision, you're gonna fucking do it. You just gotta say yes to the decision.
Yeah, and I love the fact that you said having the will. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Basically.
So, yeah, go on.
No. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. So like I'd say grade 7-ish, I'd say like I want to go pro, but it didn't really come to reality until like 15 when they started talking about giving me a contract.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say around that time.
15, and how was the whole TFC experience?
Great, man. I loved it. I love TFC. Like even though I'm not there, and a lot of people have different things to say, I love TFC, man. I wouldn't be where I am right now if they didn't put the trust they had in me. Like even though like I'm still not at the highest level or whatever, but I still wouldn't be playing professionally if it wasn't for that club, like if they didn't see me, because like a lot of people have different things to say because they, like they didn't get to play TFC2 or first team or whatever, but having that on your resume opens a lot of doors, so like you got to look at it that way. If you didn't make the first team, you're still somewhere, and I love the experience. They give you everything to succeed, everything that a player imagines is there. You just got to use it,
Yeah, that's something I wish I experienced myself going back in time when TFC just began. But yeah, that's in the past. So now, moving forward into the future, do you have a plan in place? I mean, I can answer that for you, but I'm asking you. Do you have a plan in place for the future right now? Is having a plan important to share, with people that are going to be watching this, especially young players?
Yeah, you obviously have to have a goal for yourself. Like I was playing in the USL now, and then obviously I'm not going to go straight to playing the EPL, right? Like I can't just go CPL to EPL, or USL to to EPL. But the plan for now is like I want to play. I want to join the CPL, right? I want to play or in Europe, whatever is the best stepping stone to go to where I want to be. You know,
Right.
I want to go to. I want to play in Europe one day. I want to play in the MLS one day. Obviously, I want to play for TFC first team one day for sure. But it's all just you got. Everyone has a different path to getting somewhere. You know.
Yeah.
And at this age, a lot of guys are at the same are kind of at the same path. Whether they're on an MLS contract, USL contract, CPL contract. It's nothing really different other than the couple $1,000s you're making more if you're on an MLS contract. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
It's the plan that I have right now is that I just want to go in this next season, show what I'm worth again. You know, like I left TFC, show them I still even though I'm not TFC, I still got what I got, right?
Yeah.
And from there, look at where my options open. I also want to look into the Indian market where where my background is, right?
Yeah.
And that league is really blowing up as well. So like, there's a lot of things up in the air right now, but only time can tell. Even I don't know where I'm gonna go. You know?
Yeah, nice.
So,
I like that, and I like the fact that you're keeping all doors open as well, right?
yeah.
What would you say going back in time is like, like the biggest sacrifice that you had to make for football?
Biggest sacrifice I had to make. Honestly, in high school, I didn't really have to make that many sacrifices. Like I didn't think it was like I wasn't really that partying type of guy or having to go out with friends type of guy. I was very to myself, you know,
Yeah.
like I was very like focused on what I need to get. I'd say a lot of sacrifices that I have to make are right now, you know, like last year, like as high school ended, right out of high school, you're done, you know, like you can do anything you want. You're 19 years old, you know, like everything's legal for you. You can do whatever you want, but it's I'd say like when you have training the next day or you have training in the morning. When I'm training with TFC, I have training 9 a.m. I have to be there like 7 a.m. I can't go to the movies with my friends, you know, because I have to be ready for training. Like stuff like that, the little things, because I'm very close to all my friends as well, and when I have to miss out on doing something with them, it's like fuck, like you know, like it's not the best feeling, but you just gotta, and especially when soccer's not going your way either, you know, you're just like fuck, it's like I'm really missing a lot of fun things I could be doing and the things that I'm missing it for isn't really going well either right now, right? So I think that's the biggest sacrifice. When things aren't going too well, you want to kind of not do what you're supposed to do, but having the mindset to do it is going to take you a long way, you know? So,
yeah, that's huge. That's huge right there.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You just got to believe in what you're doing, you know? Like, even now, like, I'm not on a team, but yeah, I just got to have faith. Like, oh, the stuff that I'm doing on a weekly basis, this is what's going to get me, you know, staying where I was. So, yeah.
Exactly. And I mean, you're in a really good position, though. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, from my mindset, it's only positive that can happen. You know what I'm saying? With the resume, with the player that you are, with the background and experience that you have, and you know, as well as having an agent. Would you say having an agent is important?
I think it's very important. Like, it opens a lot of doors because it's agents have a lot of contacts. Like if you're with the right guy, he has a lot of contacts. Whether you're a player that hasn't gone pro yet that wants to go pro, having an agent can open a lot of doors. He can arrange a trial in Europe somewhere, a trial in North America somewhere, just because you have an agent. Because say a kid coming up, he doesn't have contacts to like a team in Norway, a team in MLS. He doesn't have contacts in his phone. You know, a 16-year-old kid.
Right.
You need an agent to hook those things up for you, especially and negotiating things. Like there's a lot of things that even when I was a kid, I was like, wow, you need to negotiate these things. Like I didn't know, you know, but they do help. And being with the right one helps a lot too, because a lot of agents have a lot of pull in different places, you know.
Yeah.
So it helps a lot.
Nice. I like the points that you brought out in there. So, when did you sign your first professional contract?
I signed my first professional contract at 16. It was going on around. I was 15 years old when they offered it, and it was going around, around 15 in like March. My birthday's in July, so I was 15. They offered it in like March, April. I signed it around September, so I was 16 years old when I signed it.
Right.
Yeah.
And how did that feel?
Yo, it was crazy. I mean, obviously USL isn't the biggest league, right? And my first professional game was against Montreal Impact 2, the second team, and it was in Olympic Stadium. That stadium seats like 70,000 people, right?
Yeah.
So when you get to the stadium, you usually go out and walk and look at the field and stuff. And it's empty, and I'm walking in 15 years old,
Right.
and I'm starting that game. I'm starting my first ever game too.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, 70,000 seat stadium. I'm thinking the stadium's gonna be packed, like 30,000 people. And I walk out like for the national anthem. There's literally like probably 200 people watching.
Yeah.
But it's an experience, Like you think that as soon as you sign professional, you're set, but you're not. USL isn't the biggest league, Like you're not making millions of dollars. You're not the best player in the world yet, which was kind of eye opening to me. I was like, wow, I made it, but I didn't make it. When I had my first game, I was like, wow, I'm playing professional. But no, you didn't make it. I haven't made it. A lot of players in North America think that okay, I'm on an MLS contract now. Yeah, you are an MLS contract, but how many appearances have you had? Like you probably are playing 2 appearances all season on an MLS contract. You're not a professional yet just because you're getting paid. Like you're making what $80,000. That's not going to set you up for life. You can be not playing in 2 years when that contract's over if you don't play right now, right?
Right. Yeah.
A lot of players got to understand. Yeah, technically you're a professional. Technically I'm a professional, but it can end very quickly because it's not the best thing you can have on your resume when you want to go to the EPL or wherever. One bad year, you're done.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Huge points that you're sharing right there with us. And, fuck. Like, nobody has said that, bro. Like, nobody has said what you said.
Yeah, no, it's a lot to think about, man. Like, it's not all, like, glamour, like, when you're signing. It's eye-opening. It's really eye-opening. It was really eye-opening for me, at least, like,
And what advice would you not even advice? What would you share with the next generation of soccer players growing up right now? That want to become professional footballers. What would you share with them?
The biggest thing I have is if you're 12, 13, 14, and you think you're the best, and your name is around the city, like, oh, this guy's really good. You're not the best. There's guys that I've played with that were the best. That I was like, holy fuck, like these are guys that I looked at like, bro, I'm scared to go up against these guys because they're that good. And now they're not playing, and I'm playing their position. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's guys like that I'm just like, I used to look up to them when I was young, and I was like, wow, they're fucking amazing. But you're not good until you make it. There's guys that I played with that weren't the best, that are playing somewhere that I wouldn't even imagine. Like
Right. I feel like I fit into that category right there. The one being like not known but playing in places that people couldn't imagine. I feel like I fit into that category.
Yeah, bro.
What else was I gonna say? Yeah, man. And I want to share with the people, like, how do we know each other, Shaan?
We played with each other, grew up with each other, like a little bit through everything, man. Like we just run into each other playing soccer. Like the sport brought us together, right? Like the sport really brought us together, right? So. And it was good. Like, you were probably the quickest guys I played against, too.
Oh, really?
With all that footwork, yeah, man. Like,
Shit,
you were
man.
really, really quick. Going to those 1v1 drills, I'm not the best defender.
Right.
Going up against you on those one-on-ones was hard, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, those were good times. I mean, a long time ago. But, I mean, again, what you were saying, I like the connection, again, through football and through the platform. I don't know if you see this right here, the One Soccer Nation that we're working on and that we're speaking on right now in the book, GoPro Soccer Secrets, is bringing us back together. And I honestly wanted to ask you, like, what are your, first of all, like, how did you find out about the book? Did you hear about it? Did you just see it on Instagram?
So I actually heard about it through, like, a couple of my team. Can you hear me right now? It's poor connection.
Yeah, I could hear you and see you. Is it good?
Okay. Yeah, it's good. So yeah, I heard about the book. Obviously, I knew you growing up, right?
Right.
And we didn't really talk every day, but I obviously heard that you wrote a book or whatever with through a couple of my teammates.
Yeah.
And my first impression was, wow, like, that's a big thing. Like, a lot of guys our age aren't really writing books, let alone even thinking about writing a book.
Right.
And that was really big. And I was, I can say I was proud to hear that because knowing someone that's wrote a book is a big thing. Let alone like actually writing it. It's crazy to hear that you actually had the will to even think about doing it, let alone doing it. So it was a big thing hearing it, but I heard about it through Dante Campbell. He told me you wrote a book, and then I followed your Instagram, and like you're making moves, and I was proud to see it, man.
Yeah, I give thanks. I appreciate the kind words, and I'm actually hopping on a call with Dante today as well. Yeah, man. I honestly wanted to ask you a question from the book.
Okay.
Okay, so I mean, I've asked a couple of players as well. So I have a chapter in here, and it's called the soccer in the digital era, right?
Hmm.
You know how everybody has phones and stuff like that. So, are you using online to help you to get where you want to go, or is it just something that you use to keep in contact with people? Like, how are you using social media?
I don't really use social media too much. Like I have a lot of the drills and a lot of the things I do to train on my own. I think about it on my own. I've been doing it since I was young, and I have a lot of trust in what I'm doing because it helped me a lot when I was a kid. And I
Yeah,
think it's the same basic things that you need as a soccer player, no matter what the age, right?
yeah,
So I think that's good. But the only thing for training wise is what I use for my phone is an app called Runkeeper. It tells me how fast I run and like how far I run and whatever that is. Like that's the only thing I use training specifically.
yeah,
And then for soccer, using my phone, I just talk to my agent. That's it.
yeah, man.
Other other than that, I use my phone just to for like leisure, just talk to my friends. Like because it's important. It's important when you're working your ass off all day training. It's important to let loose talking to your friends and just doing other things that get your mind away from that too because it's not it's not the best feeling like once you're done training around 6 o'clock, like especially I'm talking more specifically about quarantine because it's a lot harder right now. You're working your ass off till 6 7 o'clock and then you have what one sleep away and then you have to work your ass off the next day.
Yeah,
It's not the best feeling knowing that tomorrow I gotta work my ass off, kill myself again. So it's important to let loose a little bit and talk to your friends and just have fun when you in the moments you're allowed to have fun and just be focused in the moments where you have to be focused.
wow, you said allowed to have fun. That discipline right there.
Yeah.
Wow, 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 wow. That was allowed. So discipline. So, you know, is there a specific structure that you have for your day? I mean, actually, you already said that. There's something I was
Yeah,
gonna ask.
I could take you through what I usually do, like on this on specifically this quarantine stuff, because I'll tell you both. So when I was training with TFC and stuff, my day was usually wake up around 7 a.m. or whatever report was. I would have to leave an hour before because of traffic and get to training. So I'd get there around 8. Train. I'd probably leave around train, workout, eat, shower, whatever. Leave around 1:30, and then I would go straight to the gym, work out with a couple friends, and that's where I kind of liked it. I kind of got to work out and work
Yeah,
along with guys that I grew up going to school with that aren't soccer players, but I can also chill and talk and also get my work in. And
nice.
that's where I feel like that's important as well for a lot of athletes. That you gotta make your trainings beneficial and also fun at the same time. Like it shouldn't always feel like work, right? So that was the main thing. A lot of guys that I grew up with, they're into working out and all that, and they kind of taught me how to work out soccer specific
Nice, nice.
because they know about that, right? So I kind of did. I worked out every day. I used to do that was basically my thing, and then after I'd be done working out on 3, get a little bite to eat, and then I'd also play basketball. Maybe some days in the evening just to get a little jog going, whatever, with my friends, right? Just staying in the loop with my friends and also getting that little fitness in the evening as well.
Yeah,
And it doesn't seem like a lot. It doesn't seem like hard work, but it does help. It does help because it is at the end of the day running, right? Moving
exactly,
direction, and it is helping the soccer as well. You just got to be careful and not getting hurt.
exactly.
So that was typically my day in the summers. Preseason was quite tough. Two sessions a day and all that, whatever. But this quarantine stuff, I'm waking up usually around whenever I feel like, to be honest with you,
Mm,
making breakfast, and then I would go on a run.
yeah,
Either so Wednesdays I like to do 5 kilometers. I mean, sorry, Mondays I like to do 5 kilometers, and then I do sprints after, and then I do workouts in the evening. Tuesdays I do soccer specific training with sprints after and workout in the evening. Wednesdays I do 2.5 kilometers with sprints and then workout in the evening. Thursday, soccer specific, sprints, workout. Friday, 2.5 kilometers, soccer specific, and workout. And then Saturday, Sunday, I like to keep it open. I don't know. I might go on the Stairmaster. I don't know. Like some days I might just take both days off, but Saturday I might do a little bit something if I feel like it. But I usually like to keep the weekends off to let my body recover because I'm really pushing myself throughout the week.
nice, nice. I like that. It's very detailed, planned
Yeah.
out, and you know what you need to do. All you need to do is just do it within that day.
Yeah,
That's it,
yeah,
literally.
exactly. Yeah, Yeah, bro.
Nice, man. Sean, what would you share? You know, I don't know if I asked you this. Let me know. But what would you share with the next generation of soccer players growing up right now that want to become pros, that want to go pro?
You asked me something similar to that, and I told you about the if you're the best right now, you shouldn't always think like that answer. But I would share that like whatever you have like right now, like I don't know how to word this, but you just gotta have faith in what you're doing. Like you just gotta trust what you're doing. If you don't feel like, if you gotta ask yourself truly, like, do you feel like you're putting in work to be a professional athlete when you're 10, 12, 13, 14, whatever? You got to ask yourself and be like, yo, am I putting enough work for me to be a professional player to make money doing what I love?
Right.
Right? Like if you feel like you're doing that, you're and you have faith in what you're doing, you're on the right path to going somewhere. But if you honestly don't feel like you're doing that, and I can tell you a lot of the players that make it are either very very naturally talented,
Hmm.
or they're doing something on the side by themselves, on a proper planned training by themselves. They're not just focusing, they're not just relying on everything they do as a team. They're doing something on their own by themselves, no matter if it's just 40 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day, an hour a day, 2 hours a day, whatever it is. You got to do something out of the ordinary. You can't just rely on whatever the team is giving you and to make it, unless you're crazy crazy gifted.
Yeah, I, I
You know,
I totally agree with you.
like a guy like Alfonso Davies. That guy is crazy crazy gifted. Like he's just a, he's just so athletic.
Yeah.
And I didn't live with him. Like he's lived in Vancouver, right? He's not from our area, so I don't know what exactly he did on a regular basis. But playing with him on the under 18 national team, he wasn't the greatest.
Right.
He was a good player. He
Yeah.
wasn't like, wow, this guy's gonna play for Bayern. But he was very confident in himself. You could tell that right away. He was
Nice.
confident, and if you have confidence, you can go anywhere.
For sure. I agree
You
with
know,
that
and
100%.
And a lot of the times, it's the coaches that give you that. Like a guy like Alfonso, he played USL, played 10 games, got signed to the first team, and kind of took everyone by surprise. And
Mm.
the coach had confidence in him. The coach gave a 16-year-old kid minutes in the MLS, right? And I feel like if a coach gives someone with talent that type of confidence, they're bound to go somewhere, right?
Exactly.
And he took it. A lot of players don't take it, but he took it, which is really good. And now he's putting Canada on the map for soccer. So
Yeah, FC
good
Bayern
for
right
him.
now, killing it.
Yeah,
Left back.
yeah.
So, relationship with coaches, would you say you always had a good relationship with your coaches that, from any team, anywhere you were?
Uh, I'm usually very respectful to coaches and very like I'm a very teachable player. I don't, even if I don't believe in it, I will show the respect to the plan and try doing it.
Yeah.
But the one time I had a kind of conflict with a coach was in Ottawa,
Yeah.
but like it was pretty understood by a lot of people in the club why there was a conflict. But long story short, I didn't spend the whole season in Ottawa. I got back to TFC from loan.
Yeah.
So that year, yeah, and that was actually last year. So it wasn't too bad. But usually I'm pretty respectful to coaches, and a lot of coaches could say that too. Like even when I came back to TFC after that loan, they understood because they've seen me grow up in the academy, and they know that my attitude is always very good towards any coach that coaches me. So they knew it had to be something very out of the ordinary for me to show something other than respect to the coach.
Right.
Right. So, yeah.
All right, Sean. That's all the questions that I have. Was there anything else that you wanted to share with us, or any questions?
Nah, bro, I'm good, man. I hope what I just told you helped or
Yeah,
helped
it
for
was
your
great.
whatever. But yeah, man, I'm proud of everything you're doing, bro. It's big things, man. The book
Thank
really
you.
really caught me by surprise, bro. Just keep it going.
Thank you. I will definitely. Sure, that's the second one right there that I showed you, right?
Yeah,
I mean, definitely the main goal and focus is signing a professional contract as well, right?
yeah.
All right. I'm gonna end the screen recording right now.